So today, guys, we are going to be talking about, I gave you guys a little bit of a research task to do last week. And we're going to be talking about the consequences or the effects of poverty in the lives of South Africans and people all around the world. Okay, so before we get into the poem, I just want to tell you guys that this topic it can be like grotesque, it can be scary even and difficult to talk about. But I feel like you guys at grade 9 level are at a right age to talk about this, right? It was a different thing if you guys were in grade 7 or grade 5 or 6, then like we wouldn't talk to you about this. We would keep you reserved, right? But in this case, I feel like you guys are big enough and mature enough to actually discuss these things and to be exposed to it. Okay, so can anyone tell me in the chat what you think are the negative results of poverty? What happens when people experience poverty? Yes?
Death.
Death? A lot of death? Why death?
Because of poor conditions. Okay, so you need to be at least in a livable area at most to at least like go on with your day by day.
Exactly, you need to be in a livable area. So what Mo is saying is that you're probably in unhygienic areas where you're getting diseases, right? So you're dying easily. Gabby says abuse and substance abuse. Wow, I didn't even think about that. That's amazing. So what I see from that is that people are being abused and they don't really know that they should be standing up against it because they don't have one vital thing. And you guys learn it every single day. What don't they have that teaches them their rights and their responsibilities as citizens? What is that right, that basic right that's taken away from them? Wow, Gabby.
Freedom of speech.
Sorry?
Either freedom of speech or housing or food.
Ma'am, they don't have education, so they don't know what's right.
Exactly. Thank you, Amy and Gabby. They don't have education, so they don't. If they've been abused, they don't know that it's wrong that they abused. Okay, and they don't know what's the right way to be treated. Right. So, if you can think of any other results of poverty, Gabby says fighting and gang violence. A lot of that, right? And I'm thinking, like, when you think about poverty and you think about places like that are poor and where there's shacks and stuff, you think about youngsters hanging around and having a joint, or doing drugs or sharing needles. That's what I see in my mind, right? So the poem is basically about one effect of poverty, okay? Actually, like a few, right? And this is about a mother. She's a young mother, right? Can you see here? She's off into the sunset, okay? She's going there with her bag. And she kind of abandons her baby in a dumpster, all right? And you guys can see these dogs, okay? You can probably, what do you predict is going to happen to this baby when you look at the dogs?
The dogs are going to look after the baby.
The dogs can look after the baby, yes, that's a very good reasoning. But one of these dogs have rabies and they are vicious. Are
Ma'am?
Yes?
Ma'am? Couldn't they either maybe like think that the dog is, because most stray dogs are hungry because no one really feeds them. Maybe they will do something to the baby. Maybe,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes, exactly. Oh my gosh, yes, your mind went to the darkest place, and that's exactly what's going to happen, right? And you guys can see the poverty here. This is basically a place in Soweto, okay? Can you guys see how there's a whole lot of washing on the lines? The houses look like they can be blown away with the wind, okay? And who is this image of? Does it ring a bell? Look at it closely.
Mother Mary and baby Jesus.
Who answered that? Come on.
Me, Gabby.
Okay, Gabby and Amma. Well done, guys.
Dove. I said dove.
Right. So you see a dove there, right? So doves could, what are doves symbols of?
Peace.
Peace and love, exactly. So this is Mother Mary and baby Jesus. Okay, so that baby that you saw in the beginning has something to do with Mother Mary and baby Jesus, right? And what is this disgusting looking thing over here that I'm pointing to?
Dog.
Pass.
Maybe,
Isn't that
yeah.
pass?
It's pus, yes. Exactly. It's a wound, right? It's a sore. Have you guys ever gotten that irritating, very painful sore in your on your gum?
Yeah. Yeah.
That takes a while to go away, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
You need to use cream and all of that.
Yeah. So I'm going to read this poem out here, right? And then you guys, actually, I'm going to ask people to read for me. What I want you to look for when we read is rhyming words, okay? I'm just zooming into the poem over here. Can I have, let's see, can I have Mo read for me stanza 1, Amy stanza 2, Amma stanza 3, Sibu stanza 4, and stanza 5 is Kian. Please remember your names. Okay, Mo is starting with you.
Can I start now?
I'm for it, man.
And you
Sure.
The morning mist of the of the chimney smoke of White City, Jehovah. Yo, ma'am, is that a Y behind in front of the U?
Yes, Jabavu. Mo, are you there?
Yellow and pus. Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can anyone hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yellow, thick yellow as pus oozing from a gigantic saw.
So, just to reiterate what Mo said, the morning mist and chimney smoke of White City, Jabavu, flowed thick yellow as pus oozing from a gigantic saw. Next person, Amy. Hello.
Wait.
What did you ask?
I'm asking Amy to read stanza 2, please.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. Stanza 2. It smothered our little houses like a fish in a caught net.
Right. Next person.
Scavenging dogs draped in red bandanas of blood fought fiercely for a squirming bundle.
Well,
I threw a brick. I threw a brick. They bared fangs, flicked velvet tongues of scarlet, and scurried away, leaving a wait, give me. What is it, man?
mutilated.
Mutilated corpse, an infant dumped on a rubbish heap. Oh, baby in the manger.
Excellent. And last. Who's doing the last paragraph? Did I say?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Umulemo, can you read for us? Mulemo, hello.
Rapne.
Okay, Sibu, please read on behalf of Mulemo.
Sleep well on a human dung. Its mother had melted into the rays of the rising sun. Her face glittered with innocence, her heart as pure as untrampled dew.
Well done. So, guys, before we get into the meaning of what all of this means, what can you guys tell me about the rhyme scheme? Is there a rhyme scheme here? Are there any words that rhyme? Look at it quickly.
No.
No, right? Right. So when a poem doesn't rhyme, the poet has poetic license. Poetic license means you can choose how you want to express yourself. So we call that kind of poem free verse. Okay, and that's what you're going to be asked a lot. So get used to it. Okay, so let's try to break down the first stanza. The morning mist and chimney smoke of white city Javavu flowed thick yellow as pus oozing from a gigantic soul. Okay, firstly, there's a lot of what's happening in the atmosphere. Is it clean and serene? Is it a clean environment?
No, man.
Why no?
No.
Why not?
I don't know.
Because there's a lot of smoke, this chimney smoke, right? So there's a lot of air pollution that's going on there. And guys, White City Javavu, what can you guess what township we're talking about in South Africa? I have mentioned it before.
Soweto.
Soweto. So the author of this poem, Oswald Mishali, right? He was basically born within the apartheid times. Now, in the apartheid times, what they done was they took people of certain races, so black, colored, Indian, and they put them into separate places to live, right? Where were the coloreds put? Where were they shoved into? Which place?
Cape
Huh? Southern E.
Cape Town. Oh. Eastern Cape.
No. It's
Wait, please repeat, ma'am.
where were the coloreds put? Like the blacks were put into Soweto, the Indians were put in Indonesia.
Was it Kempton Park? El Dorado Park.
El Dorado Park, exactly. Right?
Yeah.
El
Florida,
Dorado.
man. What a Florida, man.
Yeah,
Florida.
And I think,
Florida, man. I think.
yeah,
Hey, man.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
So guys, what happens when there's a lot of smoke around and there's a lot of people living together, but very close to one another? It gets suffocating, it gets smothering, okay? Imagine everyone's trying to cook around you and there's just this whole lot of air pollution and stuff. You can get suffocated, right? That's why it's called White City Javavu, because of all this white gas that's formulating around. Flowed thick yellow and pus oozing from a gigantic soul. So here's a metaphor, right? The city is being compared to a gigantic soul. And if you look on the side here, it emphasizes the smothering capabilities of pus. When you have a wound and it's starting to pus, it's going to get septic if you don't clean it. And why is that? Because pus sort of like traps bacteria together, right? It also suggests how close the houses are and it suggests poverty. It smothered our little houses like fish caught in a net. So I want you guys to think about fish that are caught in nets. Is it easy for them to escape the net? Just yes or no.
No.
Exactly, it's not, right? So the same thing for those people in Soweto. They are literally shoved into this place and there's no way of them escaping the township life, all right? Think about fish in a net that are one on top of the other. That's exactly how these people are being dehumanized, right? They're being exploited. Scavenging dogs draped in red bandanas of blood fought fiercely for a squirming bundle. So this is where, now this is where we set the scene of the baby on the dumpster, right? So the baby is on a pile of rubbish and there's these hungry dogs that probably have rabies. When something's a scavenger, what do scavengers do?
They eat
They eat.
whatever they find.
They eat whatever they find, exactly, right? They eat the leftovers of what people leave behind, right? So these scavenging dogs are draped in red bandanas of blood, meaning that they probably just had a meal and therefore they have blood draped on their faces. They fought fiercely for a squirming bundle. The word squirming, guys, what does it tell you about the life within the bundle?
Like moving around. It's like a worm, kind of.
Exactly, it's moving around, right? And the word bandanas, red bandanas of blood. When you think about wars and revolutions that happened in the past, people like wearing bandanas around their faces, right? That shows that maybe they're part of like a rebel group. It shows a gangsterism, maybe a violent nature. And that's what the dogs represent. They represent the violence in the township. Now the poet says, I threw a brick and they bared fangs, flicked velvet tongues of scarlet, and scurried away, leaving a mutilated corpse, an infant dumped on a rubbish heap. Oh, baby in the mango. So first of all, what kind of animal scurries away?
Rats.
Rats scurrying away. Oh, wow, Gabby, you are really on the ball today. Hey, well done. So rats scurry away. And what kind of behavior is it to scurry? Are you brave when you scurry?
No, it means you're a coward.
It means you're a coward, exactly, right? So as soon as the dogs see the men, they run away like cowards because they know they've done something evil, right? Or that's just metaphoric. And they leave a mutilated corpse. What does the word mutilated mean?
Kind of
Like mutate, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
No,
Mutilate?
I think maybe remember it's like I don't know, like
Yeah. You know,
maybe I think of violence, like they beat like the dogs, like maybe I don't know, like I think of violence, man, where they like made someone hurt or something, man.
It becomes a savage land.
exactly that. So mutilated means injured to such an extent where you can't even recognize that's a thing. Okay. And corpse.
no.
Sorry, what? Gabby, you said.
No, I didn't say anything.
Oh. So corpse is a dead body, basically, right? And then, guys, a very beautiful line over here. Oh, baby in the man. I don't know if it's manger or manger. I'm not too sure. But this space, what is this a reference of? Baby in the mango. Does anybody know?
I don't know.
Yes, it's a reference
It's
to
manger.
there's two references, ma'am.
Yes. Tell me.
It's one from the Bible when the Lord was born, baby Jesus was born.
Right.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
And the second one is from mostly sung in December, Away in a Manger.
Okay, cool. So we're going to go with the first one, which refers to baby Jesus when he was born. Excellent. Well done, Amma. So, guys, here there is a metaphor going on. Okay, the poet is comparing the baby Jesus to this baby that's in the dump. Why would he be comparing baby Jesus, which is who is such such an exalted person or personality to a corpse lying in the rubbish? Who can guess? What's the
Ma'am, isn't it with
yeah?
ma'am, isn't it because of still besides the fact whoever the baby is or thingy and a corpse, it's defenseless. It
Excellent.
can't do anything without any sort of help.
Yeah, sorry, you cut off there in the end. So yeah, so just as Mo was saying, baby Jesus, when he was born, right, he was innocent. I love the word you use, Mo. You use the word defenseless. That's exactly how babies are. They're defenseless, right? Just like baby Jesus, when he grew up, he suffered a lot. Just like this baby who has suffered in his short life that he had, right? And when they died, they both died in extreme brutality, right? But they died innocently, okay? And I think, do you guys think that's a good metaphor? Is that a good comparison?
No.
Why is it not?
I don't know. My context for this specific part is out of the story, ma'am. It's about religion. I don't want to get into it, ma'am.
Okay. Well, you can type me your answer in the answers. I'd love to know that when you actually answering this question. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. And guys, the tone here, the tone of the author is he's praying. He's saying, oh, he's praying probably to God or whatever he believes in, that this is such a horrible thing to happen. And he probably is wishing for the peaceful and eternal rest of this baby. Okay. Lastly, sleep well on human dung. Sleep well, baby, on the horrible atrocities of what the regime of apartheid has left you to. Okay, this only happened to this baby because of the circumstances of apartheid, the abuse and the oppression, right? Its mother had melted into the rays of the rising sun, her face glittering with innocence, her heart as pure as untrampled dew. Now, what's the difference between this part of the poem and the rest of the poem?
What's the question, ma'am?
What's the difference in mood or emotion between this part of the poem, where we introduce the mother, and the rest of the poem, where we talk about the baby and what happened to it? What would you say?
The mother's portrayed innocent, ma'am, as if she hasn't done anything bad.
Right. Well,
The mother's like living a free life and happy.
yeah. And guys, why do you think this mother is living a free life and happy? Do you think it's fair that she lives such a life?
No, it's not fair.
Right. Why isn't it fair?
She's taking a life away, ma'am.
Right. And guys, what
And that life has so much.
exactly? What do you guys think spurred her on to actually doing this to her child? What could be the reason? And I want you to think of it in her perspective. If you were the mother who
Ma'am?
left your baby, yes.
There's multiple reasons why mothers usually abandon their children. Either the environment is wrong, or because maybe her boyfriend or someone in their house is a substance abuser, or maybe the mother's a substance abuser. Maybe there's not enough money and she doesn't want to be worrying about a child. Or
Yeah, all those reasons are excellent, Gabby. Well done. Wow, you're really thinking about it, eh? I love the analysis. So all of those reasons stem from, not having an education. Maybe she was raped, okay, and she had this child and she has a lot of emotions towards the baby, right? Obviously, it doesn't give her an excuse to dump the child, but let's look at it from her perspective, okay? So, guys, there's a few words here that tell us that the mother is crying. The word glittering, the word dew, right? Melted, all of that tell us that the mother is crying, and she obviously feels sad that she's leaving her child, okay? She's abandoning her child. The rising sun. What would the rising sun symbolize? Can I hear from those who have been quiet? Those who haven't been speaking now?
Sorry, ma'am, my computer died.
It's okay. What does the rising sun symbolize? Can I hear from Umulemo, Kian, Amy? Yes. The mother's walk up into the rising sun. What does that mean?
It means am I right if I say like it's a light or like a spark or something in the darkness or something like that?
Exactly. Well done. And what does a light and a spark represent, Umulemo? Does it represent sadness or
Happiness, ma'am.
right? So the mother's walking into happiness, into new opportunities for life, right? She is leaving all her burdens behind in the form of a baby, and she's walking into new opportunities. So can you see how the author has literally, he shocked us because he's portraying the mother as innocent and pure and amazing, right? And he says untrampled dew, right? Which means that she hasn't sinned before. It's an interesting analysis to go into. I want to know what you guys have to say about that. Okay, let's look at the questions. So you guys are going to read the questions and then answer them for homework. Let's just go through them so that you know how to answer it. Explain the metaphor in stanza 1. Discuss why it's effective in the context of the poem, right? So let's read stanza 1. The morning mist and chimney smoke of white city Javabu flowed thick yellow as pus oozing from a gigantic sword. So first of all, what is the metaphor here? What is the comparison? Yes, can I hear from Kian? Kian, you've been very quiet, so I want to know what's happening. What is the metaphor in the stanza? And what does the metaphor tell me? Why is it effective? Oh, your mic, sorry, forgot. Okay, fine, let's ask someone else. Amy, can you help answer this one? I know you know it. So just tell me, what is the metaphor, right? What does it compare? And why is it so good in the context of this stanza?
Ma'am, I don't know.
Okay, so what is the metaphor in the first place? What is the
I don't know.
what is Soweto being compared to?
Thick yellow pus oozing from a gigantic sore.
Right, so Soweto is being compared to a gigantic sore. And this is an effective metaphor because a gigantic sore is something that's septic, right? It's something that's infectious. It can kill you maybe. It's suffocating. There's so many reasons why you can tell me why this metaphor is effective, right? Just like Soweto, which is like a sore, which is infectious, septic, etc. Right, guys? What kind of verse does this poem consist of? Does anyone remember? It starts with F. It doesn't have any rhyming scheme.
Ma'am, isn't it functional or something?
No, it's called free verse, right? Free verse. So, but that was a very good guess, Gabby. Functional. It's a nice word. Can you think of 3 bad effects of poverty that you're going to write on your own? Why are people described as fish in nets? Give 2 reasons. Guys, tell me your reasons. Why are they described as fish in nets?
Because some of them can't leave the poverty. They're kind of like stuck in the poverty, like fish in a net.
A cage.
Oh, I love that, Gabby. Well done. Yo. Yes? Mo, I think it was Mo was trying to answer.
They're all caged in a specific area.
Yes, the cage in an area. Yeah, I love that. Guys, I will be writing feedback to your parents about how you engage in stuff. So in this lesson, I must congratulate Gabby and Mo and Amma for excellent engagement. Well done. Look, if you guys don't know something, then just ask me. I can help you analyze it or break it down, okay? Because I don't know what's happening on your side. This poem will be coming in your paper as well, so that's why we're going through it very thoroughly. Okay, why is the child compared to baby Jesus? What is alike between them two? Can I hear from Umulemo? I feel like Umulemo can have an answer from you here.
Wow.
Umulemo, tell us why.
I don't know, in a way, the baby's like special, like, it gives that light in the darkness. So, like I said, so like, when the baby's born, so you get what I mean?
Right. What about the life of Jesus? Was it easy or difficult?
I could say both. Like some parts were easy, other parts were like hard, because there's a lot he had to fix. So yeah.
Exactly, right? Just like the baby's life, maybe there was a time in the child's life where he was comforted, another, right? But the rest of his life was pretty much full of violence and death. And how did Jesus die, Umulemo? Was it an easy death?
No, he had to go through like torture and pain. So yeah.
Exactly.
So it wasn't that easy.
Right. And that's exactly how the baby died. The baby died in the worst way possible, just like Jesus passed away. Okay, so number 6 says, analyze the tone of stanza 4. Analyze means to extract lines from the poem and give reasons for why you chose a certain tone. So let's look at stanza 4 very quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4. I threw a big brick, they bared fangs, flicked velvet tongues of scarlet and scurried away, leaving a mutilated corpse, an infant dumped on a rubbish heap, oh baby in the manger. So what is the emotion here? What is the mood of this stanza? How does the poet feel here? When he says they scurried away, how is he feeling? How does he feel about the dog?
Cowardly.
Exactly. He's thinking and he's feeling that they're cowardly, right? When he says mutilated corpse, how does he feel about that?
Shocked. Like,
Shocked.
not expecting.
Exactly, shocked. When he says, oh, baby in the manger, what is he doing?
He's reacting to the situation.
Good. And he's reacting by praying, right? So maybe he feels a great sense of remorse for what is happening as well. Okay, then you guys need to give me a term for the following symbol. A symbol is like something mentioned in the poem, such as human dung or the rising sun, that means something. So it's usually metaphoric. It's comparing two things together. So for example, the rising sun, Mulema told us that it was a comparison for new opportunities or happiness, right? What is the main message of this author? Could you guys think of the main message? Why did the author choose to write this poem?
Ma'am, to tell people what poverty is like, because not a lot of people bring the topic up. It's kind of like a
Like, I think, ma'am, I think it's, like if people have done something wrong, or, like if people, like, have been through this and that, like this poem, like for other people, it's just like offering like humanity a second chance or something like that.
comfort or something.
Love that. Well done. Offering humanity a second chance. Offering them comfort. Yeah. And is he also trying to show the effects of apartheid? Can you guys agree with me that that's one of the reasons why he wrote this poem?
Yeah. I feel like he also wrote it to show people during apartheid what's actually going on, or to show some of the stuff
Yeah.
that they experience.
Yeah. Well done, Gabby. I'm very proud of you in this lesson. You've done very